this table, please. Okay.
Molly,
Okay, Miss Lochner.
and Charlotte had a question.
Okay, Molly.
So what we did, we knew that 40, so for the high fiber thing, we knew that 40 was 40% of 100, so we put 40 up there. And then for the high protein, well, 60 is 60% of 100.
Okay, so hold on a second. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Do we agree?
Thumbs up.
Okay. All right, so next one.
Okay, and then what we did, so if one was the high protein food scoop stuff, we divided that by 3, because 60% divided by 3 is 20%, and 1 divided by 3 is 1/3, so 20% would equal 1/3, and then we multiplied 20% by 2, so 1/3 times 2 to get 2/3, and 20% times 2 is 40%. So then we knew 40% was 2/3. Yeah, and then 1 2/3 was our total.
Okay, thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs up.
We all agree with this.
The ones who voted.
All right. Okay, continue.
Okay, and then what we did was if one was the high fiber, we did, okay, so we knew that we'd have to have, the high protein would have to have more, 20% more than the high fiber, and we already found that 20% was 1/3, so we just added 1/3 to 1. We got 1 1/3.
Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Oh, you got a few thumbs down.
A few thumbs down.
Yep.
Okay.
Dylan, and then Will S. and
Will Dumbledore, Will S. What did you get?
Me and my group got, 1 1/2.
1 and 1. Hold on a second. Do you agree with this column? Let's start with that.
Yes, I do agree with that.
Okay. And so I'm just erasing it, not because it's wrong. I'm erasing it because I need a space to put what you're about to say. Okay? All right. So tell me how you got 1/2. Or sorry, 1 and 1/2.
Alright, so our scoops of fiber, we know it was 1. So if 1 was 40%, then if you divide that by 2, you're going to get whatever 20% is, which is 1/2. And then to get to 60% from 40%, you need to add that 20%. That'll be adding 1/2 to 1.
Okay. And this unit is coming after the scale factor unit, right? So there's got to be some connection with scale factors. Check this out. What is the reciprocal of 2/3?
3/2.
What's another way of saying 3/2?
1 1/2.
Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. Okay, great. All right, so shout out the answer here. Min uses 48 scoops of high protein food in one batch. How many scoops of high fiber food must she use?
32.
Okay, and we'll go over some of these more. I just want to make sure we have the answers good. So if we have a total of 125 scoops, how many scoops of high fiber food does she need to use?
50.
50?
Yes.
Okay. So thumbs up or thumbs down for these two problems?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up, okay. I do want an explanation for B1, because I heard lots of discussion, good discussion in the common rooms. So do I have a volunteer to discuss how to do B1?
Manual Zoom is good as hand.
Okay, Grayson.
So what you could do is you could say, Ming has 30 scoops of high protein food. So how many scoops of high fiber food will she need?
Okay.
And since we have already found that 60 or you should find 3 halves of 30 to get to the high fiber food or high protein food for babies and for adults high protein food. So you would multiply 30 times 3 halves.
Okay,
And you would
so really you're taking this idea from the table and applying it to this problem in B. Is that what's happening?
yes.
Okay. Continue.
And then you would get 45 scoops of high fiber food. So that would be 25 more than you had before. So that would be your answer.
Okay. So and let's just double check really quickly. If we have 45 total scoops of high fiber and 30 scoops of high protein, that's 75 total scoops, right? And so 75, and so we're talking about high fiber, 70, so we have to find 75, and we want 60% of it high fiber. And we get back to our 45 total scoops. Are there questions for how to figure this one out?
Nope. I don't know.
Okay. Ming's original mix contained 20 scoops of high fiber food. By what percent did the amount of high fiber food increase when Ming added more high fiber food to the mix? Volunteer for the answer?
Nope.
Oh, come on.
Dylan.
Dylan.
125%.
And how did you get 125% really quickly in a nutshell?
So 1%, well, 100% would be equal to 100 scoops. So then the 25% is equal to 1/2, and 1/2 of 100 is 25, so that would get you 125%.
Okay, do we agree? Do we agree? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs up for those who voted.
Okay. Ming graphs the equation protein is equal to 2/3 fiber to show the relationship between the amount of high fiber, high protein food and high fiber food for adult chimps. We're talking about adult chimps. Oh, did anyone use this graph to solve question B1 by any chance?
No.
No, I know that's not true because I heard some groups say if they went to 30 on this graph for the high protein, oh look, that means we need 45 cups of high fiber. So I heard one group, I know one group used the graph on that. All right, so how do you know the graph matches the equation? That is a very important question. I'm not being facetious. So how do we know that this matches this graph? Any takers on this one?
Nope. Oh, Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
Alright, so it shows that the protein is equal to 2/3 of, or the protein food is equal to 2/3 of the fiber food.
Okay.
So when you look at the graph, you'll see that the high fiber food at 20, or sorry, there's a, okay, So the high fiber food at 20, the high fiber food at 30, I believe. Yeah, the high fiber food at 30 correlates with the high protein foods at 20. So that gets you a 20 over 30. So that's also equal to 2/3.
Okay. Out of curiosity, so the difference going up, so we went up 20, we went over 30, and so what you're saying is 20 over 30 is equal to 2/3?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, wait a second. Is that true for any place that we look on this line? For example, how about this point? How far up did I go? How far over did I go? So how far up?
60?
No?
40.
40.
40.
Because we went from 0 up to 40, that's a difference of 40. What about from 0 to 60? That's a difference of 60. Is 40 over 60 equal to 2/3?
Yes.
Yes. One more, and this is the big one. How about if I take two dots that are in the middle of the graph? How far up did I go here? And I can't overstate how important this is, folks. How far up did I go from this point to this point?
2.
2 squares, but we have to look over here. That's 10. Is that 10?
Yes.
Okay. How far across did I go?
15.
Is 10 over 15 equal to 2 over 3?
Yes.
It worked every time, didn't it? This is a really important idea where the rise of a line divided by the run of the line ends up being in the equation. Now, we are going to call that slope. That determines the slope of the line. And is this a proportional relationship, or is this a non-proportional relationship?
It's proportional.
It's proportional. It's proportional because it goes through 0, 0. So we can also call this rise over run. We can call it the constant of proportionality. In our next unit is all about the graph of a line. And we're going to be talking a ton about rise over run. And that's something that's going to be you're going to see over and over and over again, especially in 8th grade algebra. You're definitely going to see that a lot. All right. Are there any questions for today's work?